Hello there. Thanks for joining me this Wednesday. I'm Otto Othman, and these are tonight's headlines. Water tariffs expected to go up in stages this year. A former government agency official and CEO remanded. And 2 children slashed to death in Yan. We begin tonight's bulletin with this story. Water tariff rates may be increased in stages this year. Water, Land and Natural Resources Minister Dr. Xavier Jayakumar said the move is in line with the government's efforts to restructure the water supply service industry in the country. He also said his ministry is working with the National Water Services Commission, SPAN, and discussing with state governments to get the agreement of all parties before the increase is implemented.
Saya boleh katakan kenaikan tarif ini tidak akan bebankan rakyat. Kita faham situasi sekarang dengan ekonomi yang kita berhadapan dengan, dan saya telah pun bagi syarat kepada SPAN dan juga negeri untuk kita naikkan tarif, tetapi keadaannya kita kena jaga sedikit.
He said the ministry has forwarded the plan to the state governments, which are now discussing it among themselves, adding that there are signs that they will agree with the increase. He also noted that the price of increased water tariff had not been fixed yet, as each state had different rates. Meanwhile, Penang is set to see higher water tariffs in line with the federal government's efforts to restructure water supply services industry in the country. Its Chief Minister, Chow Kun Yeow, said the increase could range from a single-digit increase to over 20%. At a media conference at his office today, Chow also stressed that the state's water tariff rates would still be the lowest in the country, even with the expected increase.
Naik mesti naik, tapi kita minat tahu naik berapa lah. It could be more than 20 lah. Could be more, I think. So better wait for the official announcement.
Chinese Independent Secondary School.
He said the national review would result in higher tariffs to deter waste and would make the current conservation charge unnecessary. Chow also advised consumers to conserve water due to the state's limited resources. He added that the state administration is also still discussing with the Water, Land and Natural Resources Ministry on the proposed increase in water tariff rates. Penang's current water tariff rate is 32 cents per 1,000 litres for the first 35,000 litres for domestic consumers, and consumers are imposed with a 48-cent surcharge for each 1,000 litres of the consumption exceeds 35,000 litres a month. Elsewhere, water tariffs in Negeri Sembilan, which have not increased for the past 18 years, need to be revised upwards. Its Menteri Besar Aminuddin Harun said this is to ensure Syarikat Air Negeri Sembilan (SANS) can continue to provide quality treated water and pay its debts.
Domestik tarif domestik tidak pernah dikaji sejak 18 tahun yang lalu. Jadi tak pernah naik untuk domestik. Kita hanya pernah naik untuk tarif industri dan tarif perladangan 3 tahun lepas dan 5 tahun lepas.
Aminuddin said a marginal increase was also necessary to allow SANS to finance the construction of another water treatment plant in Jelebu, expected to start in 2020. He said this was also necessary to allow the authorities to better manage the water industry, including the maintenance of its facilities. He added, in principle, Negeri Sembilan is agreeable to a small increase as the state government wants consumers to continue getting quality treated water. A former chairman of a government agency with the Dato title and a chief executive officer of a private firm were remanded for 4 days to assist Malaysian Anti-Corruption Commission (MACC) investigations into an abuse of power case involving a government contract worth more than 99 million ringgit. A remand order was issued by Magistrate Irza Zulaika Rohanuddin at the Magistrates Court in Putrajaya this morning. The graft busters arrested the 64-year-old former chairman of the government agency at about 5:50 p.m. and the CEO, who is a 32-year-old woman, at 5:20 p.m. at the MACC headquarters in Putrajaya after they presented themselves to have their statements recorded. The former agency chairman was believed to have abused his power when he had directly appointed a company to manage the digital advertising campaign for China from 2018 to 2020 and used government's allocation of more than 99 million ringgit. The case is being investigated under the MACC Act for using one's position for gratification. If found guilty, the Act provides for a jail term of up to 20 years and a fine of not less than 5 times the gratification or 10,000 ringgit, whichever is higher.
Meanwhile, a son of a government department head in Penang is in remand for 6 days from today for allegedly conspiring with his father to obtain a tender worth over 45,000 ringgit for his company. The man is also an executive of a government agency in Perak. The remand order against the 27-year-old man was issued by Georgetown Court Assistant Registrar Muna Maria Azmi following an application by the MACC. The suspect was arrested at his office in Perak at 10:30 a.m. yesterday. His father, aged 58, has been remanded for 6 days for allegedly abusing his power by recommending his son's company to be awarded the tender for a nursery class system project.
Kedah Police have since obtained a week-long remand against the 49-year-old suspect in the double murder in Yan late last night to assist in investigation. In the incident, 2 children were killed and a man was seriously injured when stabbed by a suspected drug addict in an incident at Kampung Kuala Sungai Yan.
The suspect was produced at the Gurun Magistrates Court today for his remand order to be facilitated. State CID Chief SAC Mio Faridal Trash Wahid said the suspect is being held until January 16th. The man was arrested in the same village at about 1:30 a.m. today. Based on initial investigation, he had previous record for a drug-related offence. Police had earlier said they were informed of the incident at 11:55 p.m. The victims were 4-year-old Nurul Hanim Idris and her brother, 14-month-old Muhammad Hafiz. The injured man was 52-year-old Sobri Saad, the children's uncle.
Tapi dah kenal dah, di luar tu suara dia kan, dah biasa kan. Dia turun tak tangga tu. Dia pun tak naik tangga, dia cari tak ada orang keluar lagi kan. Dia jumpa saya lah. Jumpa libas saya kenal ini kan, dia keluar lah. Tak bantu angkat mama sebelah tu. Tapi tak boleh nak masuk lah. Dia ada 2 orang masa tu. Kan? Kita tunggu kat luar kan. Tak sangka lah kata budak-budak tu pun dia sanggup buat kan.
Dia marah kau terus tikam kat perut kau. Nasib baik tak kena. Kena kain kan. Kau pegangkan tirai pintu. Masa kau keluar tu dia masuk terus tengok pikat anak. Kau masih ni lah mau kau ipak kan. Tak tolong. Kau tolong kau tengok apa dia buat kat anak. Semua anak ada sana kata.
The bodies of the 2 children had been sent to Sultanah Bahia Hospital in Alor Star for post-mortem. The case is being investigated under Section 302 of the Penal Code.
In Pahang, a businessman with the Dato' Sri title, is in remand for 2 days to facilitate police investigation for allegedly producing gold coins with the image of the Sultan of Pahang, Sultan Ahmad Shah, and the Pahang Regent Tengku Abdullah Sultan Ahmad Shah without permission. The remand order was issued by Kuantan Assistant Court Registrar Humaira K.M. Haider. The 30-year-old businessman, who is from Petaling Jaya in Selangor, was arrested at 7:15 p.m. yesterday at Taman Sri Gomba in Batu Caves, Selangor, following a report from Istana Abdulaziz on the production and selling of the gold coins with the image of the 2 rulers on December 28 last year. Following his arrest, the police seized 2 gold coins with an image of the Pahang Sultan and the coat of arms of Pahang. Police are looking for his accomplice with the Dato' title to assist in the investigation. The production cost for each coin is about 8,000 ringgit and is believed to be sold at 18,888 ringgit. The case is being probed under the Penal Code. When we come back, man slaps female cashier over cooking oil purchase. Stay with us. Thanks for staying with us on 7Edition. Now let's hop on to our daily segment, Clickbait, where we take a look at what's trending and making rounds in the cyber world today. Now, in today's challenging economic climate, it's hard for some people to find work, even minimum wage jobs. However, for those who are less fortunate, it's even more difficult, as they are highly dependent on day-to-day self-income, even if it's chicken feed. Now, some also had to scrounge a free meal on the streets, while others do hours of hard labor. Recently, a man known as Adi W. Kamal on his Facebook page revealed such tale of hardship involving a father and child whom he encountered in Shah Alam, Selangor. According to Adi, he saw the man equipped with a washcloth and a water pail, walking past cars in a parking lot at Section 9, a sight that's nothing short of normal. But seconds later, a girl in a school uniform came up to Adi and asked if he wanted a car wash. At first, Adi said no, but then agreed to it after assuming that the girl had to be the man's daughter. In his post, which went viral over 18,000 views since yesterday, Adi then asked the girl how much it would cost for the car wash before she lead him to her father. The father claimed that he is in need of some money to buy school books for his daughter. Seeing things were tough for both of them, Adi just gave the father the money and did not ask the man to wash his car. Adi also shared the bank account number of the father in his post in case some good Samaritans wanted to donate to the family. The post clearly struck a chord with kind-hearted Malaysians, with multiple people making donations to the cause. Some even asked for the father's contact number to offer him a job. Suffice to say, the story of the car washer and his daughter ended on a good note. In Penang, a CCTV footage of a man slapping a female cashier at a sundry shop in Bayan Lepas has recently gone viral on Facebook since yesterday and has become the subject of outrage among Malaysian netizens. The man in question is now being sought by police for criminal intimidation. The incident was said to have transpired at 8:40 a.m. yesterday, where the man went to the shop to buy some items, including 3 packets of cooking oil. Southwest Police Chief Superintendent A. Anbalagan said that the 29-year-old cashier clarified to the suspect that all customers were only allowed to buy 2 packets of oil at a time. The male suspect then became angry after the cashier said this to him and struck the victim on the back of her head. He then threatened the victim by telling her to watch out before leaving the premises. Authorities also said that the cashier is now traumatized and has pain on her head. She has since lodged a police report against the suspect. Police have already identified the suspect and are currently pursuing him. The case is being investigated under the Penal Code. Now, updated as of 7 p.m, here are the top trending topics and searches on the internet today. In conjunction with the upcoming Chinese New Year, our sister channel, 8TV, have decided to give back to the community through a special corporate social responsibility CSR initiative. Focusing on the theme of giving, the CNY So Happy campaign aims to inspire the public to give sincerely and wholeheartedly to those in need during the festive season.
This year is the 15th anniversary of 8TV, and as you know that 8TV has been successful all this while because of the support from the viewers. So we want to give back, show our appreciation back to the viewers who are the rakyat. So I think CSR is the best approach to do this.
The CSR initiative held yesterday at Yayasan Sunbeam's home in Kuala Lumpur was attended by celebrities and other familiar faces on 8TV, including Desmond Tay, Emily Chan and Baki Zainal, who entertained the crowd and gave angpaos to the children. Those who were present at the event also celebrated the 15th anniversary of 8TV.